Hey everyone, and welcome back. Now the fun begins. We're actually going to start opening our calendar. The first video, we actually had just had a look at our stamp set. As I said, there's no surprise with the stamp set because you get it in the box. When it comes to you with the box, the advent calendar itself is all sealed up in its plastic, and the stamp set is separate. So yes, if you've bought the advent calendar and you've got it all sealed up, you do know what the stamp set looks like. Assuming that you've received it. I did hear some murmurings that some people didn't get it. So if you've got your box and you didn't get the stamp set, please reach out because you should have. Anyway, so we've looked at the stamp set and we're going to start by opening up one of our doors. Now, we are promised that these products, all 13 products you get with this advent calendar, should coordinate with each other perfectly. So as many Stampin' Up things do. So hopefully we can use multiple products. By the time we work our way through our 12 products, we can use multiple products on the same project. Okay, so here we are. We have 7 doors on one side, 5 doors on the other, and this is door number 1 here. Now, I've got to admit I cheated. I have actually looked behind this door, and what I found was a big surprise. You actually have some dies. Okay, so there we are, some dies. So door number 1 is some dies. So let's have a look at those. Now, you won't be surprised to realise that the dies you're getting in here, because we've talked about how they coordinate with each other, the products, some of the dies here are actually to coordinate with our stamp set that we've already looked at. So if you look at our cards that we've made, we made the cards in yesterday's video. You'll notice that this big die here coordinates with the big flower. That one there coordinates with our little smaller flower. There's a leaf there and some other flowers and butterflies and things as well. So obviously these ones, these two especially, and the leaf are meant to coordinate nicely with our stamp set. And because we've already looked at those flowers and things, I won't touch those in this video. What I am intrigued about is this little cutie here, which is a little rainbow. Oh, make sure I pop them all back in the bag except for the rainbow. It's like a rainbow that's sitting on a little, almost like a little postage stamp. It's not quite the serrations of a postage stamp, but it's that sort of thing. And when you cut it, the little bows of the rainbow actually fall out. So you end up with a little square with the cutout shape of a rainbow in it. Okay, so those little cutouts, you can use them to pop them back into the rainbow to put the colour back in, or you can just take them out and back the rainbow with a colour to get the colour through it that way. And that's a couple of those things is what I've done with these samples that I've made for you, or that I'm going to make now. So what I've done is I've taken the little rainbow die and I've cut it out. I just picked some lovely bright random Stampin' Up colours. There was a yellow, which was lemon lolly, a red I think was Poppy Parade. The green is Granny Apple Green, and the blue is Balmy Blue. So I've just picked some random out of the scrap box. It's 4 different colours there. And what I did was cut the rainbow from one time from each of those 4 colours. And then I also cut 4 in white. Okay, so 4 in those colours and 4 in white. And I'm going to use those to make 2 different cards. So what we'll do first of all is, if I get this one out, I think that if they've stayed in there, no they didn't, maybe it's this one. So hopefully they've stayed in there. So that's our second card. So what I've got here for this one is our first card. I've got a card base, which is a normal 4 1/8 by 5 7/8 card base. And then I've got a 3 by 3 piece of white cardstock. So that's what I've got there. Plus I've got the 4 rainbows that I cut from the white. I've already started popping the little colours back in there. And I've got, you can see here, I want to keep them nice and safe. I've got the rainbow, the colour rainbow bits that dropped out of the 4 colours. So what I'm going to do is grab, I've got 4 little, well, I've already used 1, 3 more little 1-inch squares of our double-sided adhesive paper. So this is a paper that's sticky on both sides with a sort of a coating so you can rip it off. So what we can do, I'll take my 4 little rainbows. It's just when I was doing this, I'm thinking, oh, that's so fine, so fiddly. I'm going to lose them. I just know I am. So I've taken one side off that and it's sticky. I'm going to pop that on the back of our rainbow. So the little image itself is about 1.25 inches square. So if you cut your backing pieces 1 inch square, you'll see it there. It fits in nicely. Then I'm going to take my pick tool, which has just had a brand new putty put on it, so it should be nice and fresh. And I'm going to grab rainbow pieces, but different colours, and I'm going to pop them into my rainbow. So there's the biggest rainbow in green. Then I'll grab the next one in red. So just randomly, no great science to it. I'm just popping them in. Might be easier just with my fingers. And because we're using the double-sided adhesive, they will stick in there nicely without having to worry too much about getting glue everywhere, which is my thing, as you know. And the last one must be a tiny weeny little yellow one, which has found its way down to the bottom of the bag. Okay. There you go. So that's 2. The one I did before, just to make sure it would work. And the next one. Let's do another one. No, what have we got? We've got a red one and let's do the red one first. And then what else have we got? Blue, next size down, blue. And next size down, green, it has to be, I suppose, yes. So I'm just making sure I don't double up with the colours, only one colour in each. Oh, now hang on, I need another little yellow one. What have I done? Oh, anyway, I've only got a little green one left. That's no good. Little blue one. Oh well, there we go, whatever we've got. For some reason, I must have more than one colour in there, but that's okay. Let's deal and move on. Doesn't matter. No one's going to notice. And the last one. I do remember that I cut the blue or the green, one of them, I cut them twice. And I've obviously popped the little rainbows in. Okay, so we've got one, a yellow, big yellow. Come here, you. You can see how easy that is. Next size down in blue. And red. And green. And I can see what's gone on. There's a yellow one that should have been in this one instead of the blue. So I'll see if I can pry that out. Shouldn't be too hard. So I obviously had a couple of attempts at the blue. There we go. And that yellow one should be in there. There we are. That's better. Won't bother me now. Okay, so there we are. We've got 4 little coloured rainbows. Okay, so I'm going to grab the card base and the little square. I'm going to pop the rainbows onto the little square, just 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, mount the square on the front of the card, pop a little sentiment down the bottom, and that is just a cute little bright and cheery rainbow card. So let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to pop them all on dimensionals. I'm going to give them all a lovely amount of height. I'll find my dimensionals. Where are you? I'm going to have to take the, because the dimensionals won't stick to the sticky adhesive paper, or the what's the word? The silky sort of embossing folder. So I've had to bring that off. So that's sticky now. So they'll stick like crazy, I should think. I'm going to try and keep them the same sort of distance in from the edge and down from the top, and then line them up with each other. It's straightish, yes. Two. Three, and the last one. To be honest, I knew how I was going to do this card. I wasn't quite sure how it was going to turn out, so I'm quite happy with how it looks now. Since I've just opening the calendar as we go, a lot of time to muck around with ideas. But I have seen something similar on the Stampin' Up website, which is always a good place to go if you're stuck for ideas. There's always something to inspire you on the website or in the catalogue. Okay, number 4. So there we have our 4 little cute rainbows. Aren't they lovely? Now I'm going to pop some dimensionals on the back of this one too. Lots and lots and lots of dimension here. There we are. Cute, too cute. Now, sentiment-wise, I thought I'd bring back one of the sentiments from our stuck together like you wouldn't believe. From the stamp set, obviously, we're trying to coordinate the products. They're stuck together, but I'll get them later. This is the birthday wishes one. So what I thought was just a plain little birthday wishes straight onto the card underneath our rainbows. How about that? Again, I'm going to bring in our Secret C. And just bring that in straight underneath as even as I can. Actually, it's not hard. The way I've popped it on the block there, it's a bit hard to tell where I am. So I might just move it to a bit more central on the block so I can see where I'm stamping. Don't want to get this far and then muck it up, do we? Just like that. Okay, and that first one's done. Super cute. Might add some bling, something like that. I've got some bling here. I thought with all our beautiful colours, the best bling to use would be our rhinestone basic jewels, because they sort of don't overdo it with the colour and take away from our design. And that's our first card. Not sure I'm happy with that bling placement. I think I need something up there, but that's okay. You get the idea that the main star of the show is those cute rainbows. Okay, so let's have a look at the other one. As we know, I made, to get our colourful rainbows, I actually cut 4 different colours from the with the die from the 4 different colours of cardstock, and that's what I've got. Hopefully here. Yes, hopefully I do have it here. Oh, so I've got the sort of the negative, the positive, whatever it is, what's left there of our different colours, our Poppy Parade, green apple green, balmy blue and lemon lime. Okay, and I've got, this time I've just got 1 inch square pieces of white cardstock. Now these ones are just going to have the colour and just with the white peeking through, so nothing too problematic there. So what I'm going to do, I thought we'd just grab some glue dots, pop a little glue dot in each corner of the die, because I've got a little round part that's just begging for a glue dot. Just the right size for a little glue dot. And then grab the inch by inch, 1 inch square piece of white, just pop it there. Stuck at the corner with a glue dot, and that gives us our little colourful rainbow with a white background. Let's do the same with the next one. And our blue one. And the last is our yellow. These are good glue dots. They're actually doing what they're told. Often glue dots will stick to everything except where you want them to stick, and they're sticking really well. Scored a good one there. Okay, so the last one is our yellow one and some white behind. So it's just a yellow with a white rainbow behind. I should look after those if they're being so good. I'll put them back and look after them. Okay, so now I have a piece of cardstock here, just a white one and a white card base, which is what we've used before. And this time I'm going to just pop them on this is 3 by, this piece here that we used for the first one was 3 by 3. This one's 3 by 4, I think, something like that. I'm going to pop these on. Again, I'm going to put them on some dimensionals. Just a configuration a bit like that. And if I haven't lost it, there should be a little sentiment here somewhere. I might have to stamp it again if it fell out of the bag. Oh, no, it didn't. I've already stamped it from the stamp set, Proud of You, in my Secret C on a little scrap, and it's going to sit in there. So you see where I'm headed with that? That's the pattern for that one. So let's get our dimensionals happening again. I might use little ones this time. I was quite big using the big ones before. On the back, this time I don't have to worry about adhesive paper because it's cardstock. I might start on the right hand side because that's where the spacing is important. I might start with the sentiment first and then I can build up around it. So as I said, this is 4 inches, I believe. Yes. So halfway is about there. So we'll pop that in there. Just lining that up on my grid paper if you're wondering how I'm doing that. Got on the grid of my whatever this thing is. Glass mat. Pop this one upside down rainbow. Pop that one above it. I'll pop some dimensionals on this one. Nearly put it on upside down again. I must have a thing for upside down rainbows. I'm sure that's bad luck. Here we are, so there's 2. And these 2 on the left hand side. I'm going to trim a little bit off the edge. That's 3 inches is a little bit wide. And as I say, I didn't actually haven't actually made this card all the way through. So I wasn't quite sure. I thought 3 inches was roughly about right. It's a little bit wide. There we are. Cute, cute, cute. I'm going to trim a little bit off the edge there, just a little bit. Yep, that's about better. There we go. I'll pop this one onto my card base. There we are. I don't know that needs dimensionals. I might just leave it glued. You can tell I was having a play on the back of that. Never waste, especially white cardstock. There we go. Same sort of half and bottom. I'm not going to bother with another sentiment because we've got our proud of you there. There's a little piece of blue cardstock there. Come away. There we are. And I'll grab a few more dimensionals. Oh, not dimensionals, bling, rhinestones. Just put them there, just in a little tight triangle. There we go. Okay, so that's our second one. So that uses the sort of negative of the positives that we made with the white there. So we've used the little rainbows in the card on the right. So really love that little die. So much ideas just from one little die out of one little die set. So, okay, we've now looked at day one. Hopefully you like that. Yeah, I really love those two cards. They're so cute. So cute. Okay, hopefully you think day one is worth it. Okay, so come back, watch for the link tomorrow and we'll have a look at day two.